Since we aren't together today, I went ahead and recorded going over the DMR number 13 for everybody. So if you'd like to just look at the answers, you can. If you're stuck on a problem though, I would suggest continuing to watch the video so that you know where you went wrong or what you need to do the problem. So let's go ahead and get started here in the number sense box. It says round the following numbers to the underlined place. So the underlined digit here is the 9, and that is the 10,000th spot. So I go next door, and because the 4 is less than 5, I know I'm going to leave the 9 the same, and everything after becomes a 0. And like we talked about last week, I can leave it like this, or I can do 0.0 if that makes me feel better. It's just not necessary. The next one, 71 and 5,001 10,000ths, also known as 71.5001, and I'm rounding to the nearest tenth, which is that 5 there, and so I go next door, and that's a 0, and so I can leave it the same. 71, and again I can leave it 71.5, leave my 5 the same, or I can say 71.5000. Everything after the underlined digit is always going to be 0, and everything in front of the underlined digit always stays the same unless I've got that situation with a 9 where I have to round up to a 10. Take a look at this one, 3,311 and 8/10ths, and the hundreds digit is underlined. And if I go next door, the 1 is less than 5, so I keep the 3 the same. So I've got 3,300, and if I want to say 0.0, I can. And the last one in this box is 8,006 and 76 hundredths. And I take a look at the 7, which is in the tenths, and I go next door and I see that the 6 is greater than 5, so that means that I have to raise my 7. So everything in front of the 7 stays the same. So I still have 8,006, and I have to turn my 7 into an 8. And then if I want to, I can add a 0. Okay, so that's how you do the rounding today. Going on to the computation box, we've gotten much faster at finding the greatest common factor. Some of you might even be able to look at this and figure it out. There are some things that you know right away. You know it's divisible by, that they're not both divisible by 2 because this one has a 5, so that you know that they're both divisible by 5 though because they both end in a 0 and a 5. But beyond that, it's a good idea when I've got a larger number to go ahead and list it either in my head or on paper. So the factors for 30 are 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 15, and 30. Oh, I forgot one, 10. So 1 times 30, 2 times 15, 3 times 10, and 5 times 6. 1, 3, 5, 15, 25, and 75. 1 times 75, 3 times 25, and 5 times 15. So I know that they both have in common 5, but they also have in common 15. So I have to go with 15 because I want the greatest common factor. So the greatest common factor of 30 and 75 is 15. I have 2 more problems today in the computation box. I have a multiplication problem and a division problem. 5 times 5 is 25. Put my 5, carry my 2. 4 times 5 is 20. Plus 2 is 22. Carry my 2. 5 times 0 is 0. With my 2 is 2. 5 times 0 is 0. Put my placeholder. 2 times 5 is 10. Carry my 1. 2 times 4 is 8. Plus that 1 is 9. 2 times 0 is 0. I can add these, And I know I get 1125, but I have to make sure I put the decimal in the right spot. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So my answer is a really small number. 0.1125, or 1,125 ten-thousandths. Okay. Moving on to the division, 856 divided by 4. 4 goes into 8 2 times. 4 times 2 is 8. Bring down my 5. 4 goes into 5 one time. 1 times 4 is 4. Bring down my 6. 4 goes into 16 4 times. And I don't have anything left over, so my answer is 214. Okay. Moving on to the Algebra Functions box, I have 8,212 plus y equals 17,075. So I need to figure out what I need to add to that number to make this number. In order to do that, I can subtract my sum by one of the add-ins. 5 minus 2 is 3, 7 minus 1 is 6. I can't take 2 from 0, so I need to regroup, make that a 10. 10 minus 2 is 8. I can't take 8 from 6, so I have to regroup this one too. 16 minus 8 is 8. So my answer is 8,863. For my second problem in this box, I have 20x minus 76 equals y. 20 times 13 minus 76 equals y. Sorry about that. 0 times 3 is 0. 3 times 2 is 6. Put my 0 here. 1 times 0 is 0. 1 times 2 is 2. So I've got 260. 260 minus 76. I have to regroup because I can't take 6 away from nothing. So I make that a 10. 10 minus 6 is 4. I can't take 7 from 5, so I have to regroup and make this 15. 15 minus 7 is 8. So my answer is 184. This week we started a different concept for geometry, so we're looking at different kinds of triangles. And you all know that there are different angles. There are acute angles that are less than 90 degrees, and there are obtuse angles that are greater than 90 degrees. And so when you've got an angle that's just 90 degrees, that's a right angle. And you can draw it any way that you want. You can use a straight edge if you're worried about making it just right. So I could use my Post-it notes. The key to drawing a right angle or a right triangle is making sure that you put this box here, because with that box really just tells the person who's looking at it that even if it doesn't measure exactly 90, that's what you meant it to be. And how do you know it's a right triangle? They're asking you really, they want to know what the angle is worth. So it's a 90 degree. And I really shouldn't have said it's 90 degrees. I should have said it has one 90 degree angle. That's how I should have said it. So the answer is it has one 90 degree angle. We're still working on area of a triangle. So we can do 1/2 base times height, so 1/2 of 28 times 26. I know that half of 28 is 14, so 14 times 26. 4 times 6 is 24. 6 times 1 is 6, plus 2 is 8. Placeholder, 2 times 4 is 8. 2 times 1 is 2. 4 plus 0 is 4. 8 plus 8 is 16. 2 plus 1 is 3. So 364 inches squared. Let's look at the area of this rectangle with 38 and 23, length times width. 38 times 23. 8 times 3 is 24. Put my 4, carry my 2. 3 times 3 is 9, 10, 11. Placeholder. 2 times 8 is 16. 3 times 2 is 6 plus 1 is 7. 4 plus 0 is 4. 1 plus 6 is 7. And then 1 plus 7 is 8. So 874 feet squared. Perimeter, I know that the one across is 38. I know the one across from this one is 23 because it's a rectangle. So I've got 23 times 2, 38 times 2. And I just need to add those. And I get 122 feet. I know we just started doing this week, so as a reminder, when you're finding the mean, you add up the numbers, so add all of the numbers, and then you divide by however many numbers there are. So let's go ahead and practice that. It helps me to chunk them so that I don't feel like I'm just adding straight up and down. If you just want to add straight up and down, you're more than welcome to do that. I just sort of prefer to put the numbers together and then add them so that I don't make any mistakes. You can add however you want. I know you're all addition experts. 44 plus 54 is 98, and I still have 90. And then 12 plus 35 is 47. And I know 98 plus 90 is 188 plus 47. So all I did there was add. I just chunked the numbers together and got it. It was easier for me to do in my head. Now I've got 235, but wait, I'm not done. I need to divide by however many add-ins there are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 goes into 2 0 times. 5 goes into 23 4 times. 5 times 4 is 20. Bring down my 5. 5 goes into 35 7 times. And I've got nothing left. So my mean is 47. And that's how you do the DMR for week 13 on Tuesday.